Alright, Roscoe's joining me now by phone. You may know him from his hit TV show, Counting Cars. But what you may not know is he's also got a band called Count 77, and their album is out now. Ladies and gentlemen, joining me here inside the Asylum, Danny the Count Koker. What's going on?
What's going on, Turbo? Thanks for having me on, man. I really appreciate it. Things are going great out here in Vegas. How you doing back there in New York, brother?
We're doing good here, man. We're hoping we get some of your good Vegas weather finally coming our way, man. We want that nice warm weather, man.
Man, I really appreciate that. You know, it's interesting. A lot of people know me as the car guy. They know me as the motorcycle guy, and that's, definitely me. But, an aspect of my life that a lot of people are unaware of or didn't know about is the music side of my life. My father was a musician. I grew up in music. There were three very vital parts of my life when I grew up, and that was motorcycles, cars, and music. And through television, people have gotten to know the fact that I'm very much into cars and I'm very much into bikes. And but something that's never left my life has been the music side of things. And I've been involved in music ever since I was a kid. And probably about a little over 3 years ago now, put a band back together. I haven't really been singing professionally in probably a good 20 years. But about 3 years ago, my band and I kind of put ourselves together. We met at a jam night at my club in Vegas. I got a rock club in Vegas, Count's Band. And we met there at a jam night, and we were kind of jamming some tunes together and having some fun. And we got all of us at the same place at the same time, on the same stage, and it felt good. So we started talking, and we got serious about this band. And this band's been together now for a little over 3 years, basically as a 70s hard rock cover band. And I'm going to guess, man, maybe it was a year ago now, a gentleman by the name of Mike Barney, who is Shrapnel Records, a magnificent guy, came to one of our shows, talked to us after the show, said, man, we got to do a record with this band, signed us to a record deal, and we worked very hard on an original record produced by Mike Barney through Shrapnel Records. And it's as far as I'm concerned, I'm so proud of it. The band has worked so hard, and it's an original record. We've got 2 bonus tracks that are cover tunes on it, but the cover tunes are they have the original guys with them. Like we do, the bonus tracks are Rock and Roll Hoochie Coo. We got Rick Derringer playing guitar on it, and the other bonus track is Snortin' Whiskey, and we've got Pat Travers playing on that. Other than that, all the other songs are 100% original. All written by all of us in the band and produced by Barney, and this record rocks. This record could come from the 70s just with better technology.
Yeah, I mean, we've had for a while here at my home station, Both Like Radio. I've given it a few spins already, and I mean, you are 100% right on the head. The album definitely has that old school vibe. Yeah, and I sit here and I listen, and it's like I gotta ask you, man. Between the car and bike shop, the bar Vamped, and your tattoo shop, how do you have the time to do it, man?
I don't sleep, man. I don't sleep. I'm pretty much around the clock these days. I just go. I'm one of those weird people that I can't sit still for very long, so I just got to keep going. So it's like you said, there's Count's Customs, which is hot rods and motorcycles. There's Count's Band, the rock club. There's Count's Tattoo at the Rio. It's a tattoo shop. I've got a recording studio in Vegas, Count's Desert Moon. It's a recording studio. It's working all the time, and that's actually where we did our record. And then of course the band now, Count 77, and we're doing a whole lot of tours. We're because of the television show, I'm in Vegas, Monday through Friday, and at least 2 weekends out of the month, sometimes more, The band is we're doing fly in and fly out dates. We're all over the place, all over the country. We've been doing a lot of the full throttle tours with Jackal and Jesse James DeFries and putting that together. We've got dates everywhere. If you get on our website, count77.com, or our Facebook, Count77 Facebook, you'll see all the different cities and dates and stuff that we're traveling to. We got gigs all over the place. So hopefully, we'll be coming to an area near you, whoever's out there listening right now.
Hey, man, that's great. I look forward to you guys coming into the New York area and being able to catch you guys live and get a dose of you guys. And, I'm listening to the album, and you were saying it's an all original album with the exception of the two bonus tracks. And, how did you guys go about really deciding what you were going to write, how you guys were going to write it? Was it just essentially a bunch of, all right, we're going to sit down and jam and see what comes out? Or did you guys actually sit down and say, all right, we're going to write X amount of songs on this day and so on?
Well, I think the integral players in writing the record, Stoney Curtis, lead guitar player, very, very instrumental in a lot of the riffs and a lot of the music vibe. Mike Barney is a producer, phenomenal guy. He's produced some amazing records for some very big names, especially guys, 70s rock artists. He gave me the task of coming up with, lyrically conceptual lyrics on the songs. And so, I spend a lot of my time in airplanes these days and in airports these days, flying around the country doing different meet and greets for the show and, prior to the record coming out. And so, I would just do a lot of writing on the plane and I come back with my concepts and I sit down with Mike Barney and I sit down with Stoney Curtis. And we kind of combine everything and make it make sense. And then we get together with the rest of the band and take their ideas in. And it's really very much a collaborative effort, to be honest with you. This band is truly a band in more than just the sense of a bunch of guys that play music together. We're a band of brothers. So we work very hard together in putting these songs together, and we hang out together too, man. I mean, we're all really good friends. We get along great. We travel great together. This will all be great. These will all be great sound bites 40 years from now when we're all talking about how much we hate each other.
Sure. Yeah,
we're never going to hate each other. We love each other. It's really cool. But it's very much a collaborative effort on this record.
That's good to hear, man. I mean, so many albums nowadays you always hear about one or two members, the key members in the writing, and we've always heard it throughout the years. This member and that member did the writing, and when that member left, the writing suffered, or the writing got better, and there's always that argument. So it's kind of nice to hear that, here you guys are, and I'm sure, being fans of music and being around it, the stories of the past of the bands that you guys were influenced by, and I'm sure you guys, you learned from it and said, what, if we're going to do this, if we don't do this together, it really isn't going to work.
I agree. I mean, we met, the band met at a jam night. We all felt so good playing together. Because it's different on a jam night. This guy gets up and this guy sits down and this guy joins the stage and then he goes away and then a couple people. And it was one of those magical moments where we all found ourselves on the same stage at the same time playing together, and it felt great. So it was a really honest, organic birth of the band. And then getting together and rehearsing together and starting to play some shows together, it just really grew. And the friendship amongst us really grew. And so it's really real. And we really do work on all of this together as a band, as a group, as brothers. And so it's an honest group of guys. It's not a guy that's got a TV show who hired a handful of players and we did this record together and we're hoping to go out and sell it. That's not what this is at all. What this is a group of guys. We are 6 equal parts And frankly, the band is greater than the sum of its parts, as my bass player Barry Barnes says all the time. It's for real. We work on this all together. Not one of us is highlighted more than any other of us. It's truly a band, and we truly love it. And we did this band for the love of the music. We just happen to be fortunate and blessed that people are enjoying this music, and that people are enjoying this record. Whoever out there has got the record, you guys know what I'm talking about. It is a real 70s hard rock record. We call it brand new classic rock.
Well, that's essentially what it is, and I think you guys fit right in with the way things are going right now. When you take bands like yourselves, Count 77, the album is available now on iTunes and Amazon and wherever you buy your music. When you take those, you guys, and you put you guys in with bands like California Breed and Scorpion Child and Orchid out of California, that old school sound is now the new school thing.
Absolutely, man. I totally agree with you, and it's what we love. It's what we grew up listening to. You know, all the guys in the band, we're all about the same age. We grew up in the 70s. We get the same artists that influenced us, that we love, and our music really reflects that. What we love really comes through in the music, comes through in the songs and in the music. And for those of you out there that are hungry for real rock and roll, trust me, this record delivers it. And I'm not saying that just because it's us. It's just the truth. Have you been listening to the record?
I've listened to it, man, several times. We've been playing it. I played it on my show, The Asylum. You guys are actually in rotation on my home station, Bull Spike Radio. So whenever you throw on the station, there's a good chance you guys get heard on Bull Spike Radio. And we want to make sure you guys get heard, because it is definitely a great sound. Once we got it, I got it sent over to me from my brother and co-owner, Jay Scorpion. He says to me, dude, you gotta check this out. Danny's got an album. And I saw it, I downloaded it, checked it out, and I was literally blown away, because I'm like, wait a minute. Not only are you the car guy, but you are a musician and a great vocalist. And what's it like for you? What's it like now being the singer after making a career kind of working with your hands and being a mechanic?
Well, it goes back to my upbringing. I grew up in three aspects: cars, bikes, and music. And so, as a young man, I was singing all the time, and was involved in groups. But I kind of walked away from that probably for almost 20 years, and just really focused on the cars and the bikes. And it's awesome now here in the last few years of my life to be able to get back into music again. It makes me feel close to my father. He was the largest influence in my life, and he's the one that brought me up in the music. And it's good for my soul, man. I work very hard, day and night, 7 days a week. And to be able to get back into music, it feeds my soul and it feels good. And, like I said, the band's been together for about 3 years before we did this record. So I took those 3 years, and the band took those 3 years to really get my chops back, to get my vocals back again. After you walk away for that long, it takes a while to exercise. It's like a muscle you don't use. So it takes a while to exercise your voice again and get it back up to specs. So, in my opinion, 3 years we've been doing a lot of shows together. We've been opening up for a lot of bands. We've headlined some small shows leading up to this record, and we've all kind of looked at all of this as just rehearsal. And I mean, we rehearse probably 1 to 2 times a week, every week, and now we're playing some pretty big shows all over the place. We've been doing House of Blues gigs, and of course, my place stamped in Vegas, and we've been hitting some very large car show gigs, and we're all over the country now, and so it feels so good to go out on stage and perform and sing again. It feeds my soul, brother. I love it. What song on the record gets your goat? Is there one in particular that you're really digging on?
I gotta admit, the one that I really was feeling, because I'm all about, like, I'm all about the music. I mean, I'm younger than you. I'm only 34, but music has always been there for me growing up. My listeners know, due to my disability, I've been limited in what I could do. I can't play music. I can't really sing. And I found my niche doing the internet radio thing. And the second song on the album, Let the Rockin' Do the Talking, is essentially, that one is essentially an anthem for any rock and metal fan that has anyone get in their face and say, well, rock and metal really isn't music. You know what? Let the rockin' do the talking. Throw on any good album, yours included, and it talks for itself.
Thanks, brother. I appreciate that. That's quickly becoming, I think, when we play live, that one right there is quickly becoming one of our, I think, our opener song. We come out swinging with that one, and it just kind of sets the stage for the show that you're getting ready to see. And when we get out and play, I tell you what, if anybody out there gets the opportunity to come to one of our live shows, get ready to get your face melted, man, because we go off and we don't do some 45-minute or 1 hour set. We're known to do minimum 90. We like to play about 2 hours. We did a show. Good Lord, we did a show at Vamp, I don't know, probably about a month ago. We played 2 hours and 40 minutes, and the crowd never stopped. And we just love to play. So, if you're coming to a Count 77 show, you're going to get rocked.
Yeah, that's my kind of show. I like a good, full-on rock show. I mean, I saw Alice Cooper a couple of years ago at the House of Blues in Atlantic City, and the man did non-stop music for like 90-plus minutes, and it sounds like, even from the album that you guys put out, that's exactly what everyone gets from you guys live.
Amen, brother, man. We so appreciate it. We've to be even included in the same sentence as some of the people that you're talking about, and we've read some of the reviews on the record. A lot of the rock magazines have been reviewing the record, and different radio stations around have been reviewing the record, and again on things like Amazon and stuff like that. Just the fans' reviews. This record's been getting 4.5 out of 5 stars. It's been getting 5 out of 5 stars. People that I don't know, people that don't know me, and don't owe me a favor at all, are saying some of the nicest things about this record, and they're including us. They're saying that it brings back memories of things like your Fog Hats or your Montrose or your Thin Lizzies and stuff like this, and it's just it makes us feel great because these are the bands that we grew up loving and that we admire and we have so much respect for, and just to be in the same sentence as some of those fans too, it's huge. So I appreciate that, truly do.
Hey man, you've earned it. I mean, you've definitely done your time, and it's a great band. I gotta ask you, man, is the name based off of one of your cars, or is it based off of the vibe that you guys are going because it's 77? Because the name is always the hardest thing to figure out with a band, and it sounds like you guys really nailed it. And I'm just wondering how you guys came together. Is there a connection to it with anything else that you do, or is it just based on the sound?
It represents, to me, the 77 just represents an era for us. We all grew up in the 70s. We love the harder side of rock that came out of the 70s there, and 77 was a great year for all of us. And there's a lot of great hard rock music came out of 77, and it just we like that era. So we chose 77 to represent a year, to represent an era, to represent a time. And for us, it just kind of represents us. It represents our vibe. Is a very late 70s vibe, but on the harder rock side of things.
It definitely does, brother. I know you're busy. I'm going to let you go. I got to ask you just one more thing, man. The band you have, is this the same band that we saw in the episode where you redid the RV for a tour for you guys to tour with?
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. That's us, man.
Do you still got the RV?
Oh yeah, man. As a matter of fact, we're next weekend. We're in Lancaster, California. We're playing a huge fairground-style automotive event there in Lancaster next Saturday night, and we're loading up the old FMC RV. Got the trailer behind it with the gear in it, and we're rolling.
Nice. See, that's the ultimate way.
When we talk about the 70s, man, we mean it. That RV is a 1975, and so you know, we stay true to what we do.
Nice, man. Now, that's how you do it, man. Before I let you go, Dean, I always have my guests pick out a song from the album for us to play on our way out this little bit as we continue on here in the Asylum tonight. What song should I crank out here?
Brother, you know what? Hit me up with Your Love Ain't Right.
Your Love Ain't Right, the opening track off of the album. I gotta say, your boy Stoney does some amazing guitar work on that opening track, man.
Brother, man, thank you so much for everything, Turbo. I appreciate you having me on the show. And everybody out there, I promise you, y'all are going to dig this record. It's a blast.
Go check it out, Count 77, available now wherever you buy your music, and keep your eyes out when they're coming to a town near you. Your Love Ain't Right, right now inside the Asylum. Stay tuned, still plenty more to come.